Hello and welcome back to Chattery Included, where I, your host, Vansha, was looking into maybe making some stickers this week. The entire week has been a little hectic, like a lot of things going on a lot of days, and I don't foresee next week being any better. So I really didn't have time to sit down and draw out something very serious or like big. So I went with a more simplistic thing because I do want to make some stickers at some point. I think it would be a lot of fun. So that's what you will see me doing today. I started off with this idea of a can of Sprite, but I quickly grew to absolutely hate the logo I drew out for it. Like, I just did a lot of things wrong, and so I changed it kind of towards the very end. And I still don't like it, so maybe in a more finalized product later I'll go back and fix it. But for now, it is what it is, and I'm not displeased. I actually think the end result is really cute. I have been watching a lot of Studio Ghibli movies recently, so I have rewatched The Secret World of Arrietty and My Neighbor Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service. I've yet to watch Castle in the Sky, but it is on the list. I have rewatched Ponyo. And in the vein of doing something super simple and light with my most recent interests, I decided that my can of Sprite would be a can of Sprites, plural. And honestly, it was really neat. I got to look up a bunch of reference pictures, not only for just the Sprite logo, but for how liquid does when in a container. And it also presented an issue that cans aren't usually clear. So I don't know, it was a fun little task of looking up references and doodling out these little guys. I ain't even mad that I didn't do a background. Like, that wasn't the point of this week. This week it was just supposed to be a refresher, like drinking the first sip on an ice cold Sprite. Just that clean, crisp, happy feeling is what I would say if I liked Sprite, but it turns out I actually hate Sprite, so it's a bad feeling. Or at least a bad taste. I kind of enjoy the feeling of carbonation regardless of what the flavor. The flavor is like a secondary hit and I'm like, oh, that's bad. But people in my life like Sprite and I like Soot Sprites, so we have a can of Soot Sprites. So, one thing I know about my art is that I am super lazy, which is why digital art suits me so well. A lot more times than I can count, you will see that I use things like the straight line tool or the circle tool, and like, to be fair, I will never get a circle that perfect. But if I can pretend, this is like one of those things that people say digital art is cheating for, which I think that's dumb. Just because you have the tools doesn't mean you know how to make something amazing with them, and I'm not saying this is amazing, but it was fun. So, yeah, I'm lazy. Digital art really helps me get my ideas out quickly without any of the mess of cleanup or dragging paints out. And it also helps me with the fact that I don't have a lot of space in my current residence to actually sit down and create the way I would like to. But yeah, my art process, no matter the medium, is always going to be lazy because as a person, I don't have the capability to dedicate all of the hours of the day to a single piece. Like, if I'm trying to paint for the entire day, you can bet I'm working on multiple pieces. I want to sit down and have like a list of canvases, and then I want to draw on all of those canvases. And even then, I'll usually draw on like paper and then rub the back with like chalk or like a soft pastel and then transfer it if I don't have transfer paper. So even that is easier than sketching on like the canvas itself and then having to erase and refine. So yeah, I'm kind of a lazy artist, and you'll know it with like the straight line tools and the constant use of the circle tool. And then also, instead of going back through and darkening things, I'll just like copy the layer so that that layer gets darker. Or like right here, instead of drawing the S on sprites, I just copied the S that was at the beginning. So yeah, it's okay to be lazy when you're just trying to get an idea down. Who said you had to sell your soul to a piece in order for it to be something you can be proud of? So I think drawing the Soot Sprites out was actually really fun. Like, it looks stupid simple because it is stupid simple. You just go for it. And then you see I copy and pasted them and then just changed up their eyes. Again, another one of those little lazy art things that I do. But being able to go through and just do the little circles around them, like the circles, the lines into the circle, was actually a lot of fun. And it took maybe 5 minutes. So I think in the future I'm going to draw more Soot Sprites. Just because it was fun, it's cute, they're adorable, I love them, I want some. I wouldn't make them carry the bubbles in a can of Sprite though, that seems like a tedious task. I wouldn't mind just letting them roam about my desk though, that'd be pretty fun. Something about the simplicity of like the legs and arms really lends like a happy feature to my brain. Like it sparks something in my head that's just extremely pleased. Like especially the little guy relaxing up at the top, or the guy who's in the bottom left corner under the S with his like his feet on the bottom and the wall trying to pick up this one bubble as if it's so heavy. I don't know, I had a lot of fun. Like I'm debating right now what other sodas I could do with other little things like this and just creating a series of like charms. Because I would totally carry this around on a keychain or like a sticker on the back of my phone. I would love that 100%. I don't know if I've shared this before, but green is actually my favorite color. My favorite color is like a deep cadmium green. So going through this and just getting to put a bunch of other shades of green also really helped my my brain just kind of refocus for the week after being drained so much. I also chose not to color pick greens from the Sprite logo. Like I just decided I wanted to have the Sprite logo up on my phone and then color pick like the blue and green. And that may have been a mistake, but I did end up really enjoying the greens that I chose. I don't know if they're particularly indicative of Sprite, but I do enjoy them regardless. And I think it looks really nice with the deep black of the outline and the Soot Sprites themselves. This is something I like to do when I am feeling a little burnt out just with the world, not just with art. But if I start to feel really bad and I just need to do something to keep my brain from getting worse, I'll pick a small subject matter like Soot Sprites or a can of Sprite and I'll just doodle it down just to tell myself that I am capable of creating something. This is something I have control over. I can do whatever I want with it. It doesn't have to be big or serious. It's just a good time. It's just there to help you remember that you do have some level of control. All I can think of is that line from Frozen 2 where Olaf is just like, we call this controlling what we can when things feel out of control. That's exactly what this is. I wanted to control little Soot Sprites in a can of Sprite that's clear for absolutely no reason other than to be able to see them. It gives that same vibe of like having fireflies in a jar. Also, I did get sidetracked a couple of times looking at GIFs from Spirited Away of the Soot Sprites because they're absolutely adorable. And it's hard not to get distracted, honestly, seeing them like mill about and pick up candy and stuff. Like, they're adorable. I love them. I want some. Does anybody remember the things that you could have on your computer that would like take your icons and stuff? Like they would be like little chibi people? I wonder if they have that for Soot Sprites, because I would love that. I would love to be able to draw and then like start taking my icons and stuff and being like, no, you can't draw. But yeah, you'll see that when I changed the logo, I still had some parts of the Soot Sprites that I had previously erased, and so I had to redo, and even redoing it wasn't really tedious because they were so simple and fun. And it did give some more variation to them that I really like. I did have to go through and fix a couple of the stars and the bubbles, and while I don't love this logo that I settled on kind of towards the end, I was not doing the Sprite logo justice initially. But I think that's gonna do it for this week. What kind of drinks or sodas do you think I should do next? Maybe I'll make this into a series. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for stopping by on another rambly off-script adventure for this week in my art journey. Don't forget to check out the channel for more videos like this. Hit like and subscribe if you would like to join me in the future, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye!